This is my teddy bear, my childhood teddy bear, who I'm very proud of. So why have I got a teddy bear? And I'll put you down a minute. And why am I talking about talking to yourself like a child today? And what's that got to do with limiting beliefs? Well, watch further to find out. Welcome to my channel, The Self-Esteem and Confidence Mindset, with me, Jonny Pardoe, here to help you boost your self-esteem and confidence. If you want a range of videos on self-esteem and confidence, then you can subscribe to my channel or hit the bell to be notified to see when I release a new video every Tuesday and Thursday. This was an exercise that I picked up from a spiritual psychology workshop led by a great man called Alan Kleinhans, a South African guy who actually works as part of Team Tony Robbins as well. Great man who I keep in contact with. But the exercise I developed on a little bit more and put it regularly into my routine is there's a 3 or 4 year old version of you trapped inside us, inside our minds. And this is where quite a lot of our limiting beliefs get set. When we're a child, sometimes we have an experience and it can be real serious trauma, but it doesn't have to be serious like you were neglected or you were attacked. Obviously, if those things happened, obviously that's going to have a big impact on your life, but it could just be any events when you're early on. And these caused limiting beliefs within yourself. And typical ones I certainly experienced were, I am not lovable or I am not enough, which I had to work through, and I still am going to work through always. And now and then, obviously, in life we'll pick up some negativity and that'll give us some negative beliefs and we have to work through that. But these limiting beliefs are often set in early years and we don't even know they're there. That's a problem. And we start to do all this behaviour which is self-sabotaging, a bit odd. And consciously we know better, but subconsciously stored away in our limiting beliefs of I'm not good enough, or I'm not lovable, or I'm not worthy to do this, is what's driving our behaviour. So, speaking to your child version of you, there's a couple of things. It helps you understand what the root cause is a little bit more. Why did you develop this limiting beliefs? And if you haven't fully identified it, what actually are these limiting beliefs? And then talking to the child version of you is to reassure them and then just comfort them and love them and tell them everything's going to be okay. And these limiting beliefs are not true, and this is why. So let's go through this exercise. Actually, before we go into the exercise, I'd like to share a very personal and vulnerable experience for myself and what it meant for me, just to give you an example as we go through. When I was 2.5 years old, sadly, I had a baby brother who died. And at the time, my parents, who are amazing, brilliant, wonderful parents, who I'm very fortunate and blessed to have, and I've also got an amazing little sister who was born after all of this. She's only 4 years younger than me, but brilliant sister, brilliant family, so appreciate them. But I had a baby brother who died, and I was about 2.5 at the time. And my parents were having to go to hospital and look after him. Obviously, completely logical and understand this. And I had to stay with various friends and, family friends. And at the time, I didn't even remember this, but when I really dug into it, I started to understand some of my limiting beliefs. At the time, when I was really diving into my mind at that age, and this takes some exploration, but I had these beliefs of I'm not good enough, I'm not lovable, because where have my parents gone? Where are these loving parents that I was suddenly with? And now I'm away, what am I doing? And this caused beliefs of I'm not enough or I'm not lovable for many years of my life. You might be able to hear in my voice a little bit, it's making me a bit emotional now talking about it. But then when I was able to identify it, it brought a lot of emotion out, really good in a way, because there's tears, but it was an emotional release that you need to do. You need to get to that root cause in order to progress. And I started to understand why I try to people please so much, why I kept thinking the future, why I just couldn't be present. So that's my example. Okay, I've done my share now. Let's dive into this exercise. Number 1, find somewhere quiet to sit or lie down where you won't get disturbed. Maybe sit up because you might fall asleep lying down. And play a song, a relaxing song that's going to soothe you into this exercise. Don't start listening to loud lyrics, don't start listening to Eminem or anything like that, or songs that you dance around to. Listen to something gentle. Now, my personal favourite for this exercise and song I use every time is called In Dreams Jai Jagdeesh. If I'm saying the name correctly, I'll leave it in the description of this episode. But it's basically a very gentle, relaxing song. And then what you're going to do is just sit in silence and let yourself go into that mood. Maybe just play some meditation music, some sort of gentle, soothing piano music. Completely your choice, but that's my suggestion. In Dreams by Jai Jagdeesh. Step number 2, you're going to start beginning the visualization. You're going to imagine walking into a room, maybe the younger version of you's bedroom, and you're walking into this bedroom or room and seeing that 2, 3, 4-year-old version of you sat there. They're just sat alone, and what you're going to do is smile at them, wave to them and say hello. You're going to go and talk to them. So that's step number 2. Step number 3, you're then going to be very gentle, say hello, like you would do if you've got a child, or how you would talk to a child normally. And you say, is there anything you'd like to talk about? Is there anything you'd like to tell me? You can trust me, I'm here for you. And that's all you're going to ask them. The next step is, if they tell you something, that might bring a realization, and you just be with them, you listen to what they say. If they don't tell you anything, you simply say, it's okay, I'm going to be here with you. And what you're going to do is keep going back on this exercise. You're going to do this even if they tell you something, but you're just going to say, I'm here for you, I'm here for you. And then the final step is, whether they tell you something or not, you're going to just imagine hugging them, smiling to them and saying, you're great, you're amazing, you're wonderful, as you would do lovingly to a child who really needed love. Because you're talking to yourself here, and this is the inner child within you. You're going to say, you're okay, I am here for you, don't worry. And then you're going to hug them. And if they've told you something, a certain limiting belief, you're going to start telling them why it's not true. You're going to tell them how amazing they are, because you are talking to yourself right now in this moment. What I'd be really interested to know is, do you ever connect to the inner child within you? Do you ever ask the inner child what they want to do, if they want to have, what fun they want to do, what's fun for them, what do they enjoy, or do you ever connect with them? Just let me know in the comments below. Okay, so that's the exercise. As I said, it can bring out a lot of emotion within you. Even last night I was in tears a little bit, just thinking about some memories that are coming back to me. And these were happy memories, but I was really accessing bits of my brain that I'd forgotten. And that's what I try and do, to access as much as possible, because I want to understand why I feel certain things so I can move forward. So you're likely to feel emotion in this exercise, but it's a good thing. You can access what you need to heal. Now, it can be quite difficult sometimes, but just work through it. Just talk to that inner child, tell them they're okay. Because if we leave these limiting beliefs untouched, then yeah, we might not see the things we don't want to see, but it might continue to develop bad behaviour for us, this self-sabotaging behaviour. So some examples of this could be drinking too much, drug taking, attracting partners who don't treat you right, anything. Constantly criticising yourself, even though logically you know you can do better. There's a limiting belief in your subconscious that you've left untouched, and that drives your behaviour so much. So it can be, quite upsetting getting into this emotion at first, and it's what I've talked through with people before, giving people these exercises. They said they found it effective, but just try it for yourself and see how you get on. And one thing I will say is, it just takes 10 minutes, and I try and do it most days if I can. So that's the exercise. I also talk about this exercise and a range of other self-esteem and confidence areas within my latest book, The Self-Esteem and Confidence Mindset. You can find it on Amazon in both paperback and Kindle. I'll leave the link in the description as well. Thank you very much for watching today. If you've liked today's video, be sure to give it a like so more people can see this. And if you want more videos on self-esteem and confidence, then be sure to subscribe to my channel. It's important to remember, never skip Self-Esteem Day. I appreciate you, and I'll catch you in the next episode.